We got the media team in here. We're the media
We're
team.
the media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the homie. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
So check it out. We got Wack 100 bringing the paperwork king to Clubhouse to break down the federal sentencing guidelines for Crip Mac. So let's get to the content. Listen to what they talking about. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Run the content.
In the block that his job was to read paperwork. He did 262 months. That was his job. He was one, when you hit that line, he was one that went through the paperwork. So I called him, told him, do you want to come on the app or do you gonna let me record you? He said, Wack, go ahead or record me, ask what you gonna ask me. So I went over it with him and he broke it down. And this is exclusive. I call him the paperwork reader on the federal side because I've never been to the feds. And his language kind of lined up with yours. He said, it's a chart. They don't give about none of that. Mandatory minimum. He broke down the chart. He said the best case in that is, let me see what he told me. Nah, because this might
about 60 months.
No, the best case, he said your best case is your offense level is a 20 on a never been in jail, never had nothing, but that ain't him. He said it had prior cases. So he gonna fall in the offense level, he said somewhere between 24 at the minimum on up. And that's a 51 month minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he gonna go on up based upon the other cases he didn't have, right? And I remember Adam reading off his priors probably a couple weeks ago at one of them interviews, right? 2 prior gun cases, maybe a dope case and some other shit. So I asked him, I asked him, when he hit the yard and how it was gonna go, and he said, oh no, it's a mix there with the same, as soon as a nigga say the wrong number out of his mouth, that's just what it is on. But we gonna let Bang play the content.
All right, y'all. We got an exclusive conversation from Wack 100 and the paperwork man on the federal side. Only on the 100 side. Ping up and share the room.
All right, listen. I got my guy. I call him the paperwork reader because in the federal penitentiary, he did a lot of time. That's what he did. So today I saw the blogs. Crip Mac got 33 months. Now I do know he had 2 prior gun convictions. And he got caught with a ghost gun. That means those serial numbers, all that. Now, you've been lacing me on the federal how it works. I got the mandatory minimum charge. I'm looking at this, and it's not adding up. But I haven't been to the Fed, so I'm doubling back, coming back to my paperwork reader from the federal penitentiary. I know you did a whole lot of time. I forgot what it was, 20, 25. I know you did a lot of time.
262 months.
262 months. Okay, now, 2 prior gun convictions. And now you get caught with a ghost gun. You're a gang member. You might have another little robbery in there, but let's just X all that out. You got 2 prior gun convictions, and now you're caught with a ghost gun, and they give you 33 months. What about that? Adds up or don't add up?
That ain't adding up. Not under the 922G. Because you get a mandatory minimum, right? It's 5 years, right?
Okay.
So if the gun got bullets, if he an ex-felon or any part of that kind of guns got bullets, those are separate sentences based on the bullets alone. He got 2 guns, man. He gonna get anywhere. He gonna get about a dime for sure if they the bullets and all that. He just got regular. He gonna get about a dime, even if he ain't been in no shit or none of that.
That's what I thought.
And that's like having no criminal history or none of that shit. You're gonna get 15 years. You're gonna get 15 if he had a conviction before under the Armed Career Criminal Act.
He definitely
that's
had
an enhancement.
Okay, so now I've been hearing rumors, and I don't know how they work, that they were going to try to use the crazy card. Now, I know we use that in L.A. County. They get niggas a little bit, but not a lot. Does that factor in the crazy playing crazy when you got caught with a ghost gun and you got 2 other prior convictions that the crazy wasn't?
Man, he would be in the crazy hospital in the feds. They got a place for you. You don't be on the line nowhere. They got a whole prison for you.
Oh,
for
so
the crazy
that wouldn't affect the time.
No, because he'd be over there with a different time. He wouldn't be on no line nowhere. He wouldn't be in no line park terminal.
All right, so listen.
Your main hospital.
I'm about to go on back to Clubhouse, and I'm going to tell the people I called my guy. I called him the paperwork reader because it's a federal penitentiary. Every yard he hit, that was one of his jobs. Okay.
Man, your main thing, if he an armed career criminal, if he faced any of that sentencing enhancement, you can get anywhere from 15 to life, depending on the specifics of it. That's with the bullets and all that.
But the 33 months, that is just not.
That ain't adding up at all. Even when you look at the guidelines, that shit ain't gonna add up just in category 1.
Oh, I got my man. He sent me the guidelines. He sent them to me. In the block. And I was like, it's federal sentencing guidelines, Burnham and some other name. All right, so you say category, it says offense level, Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, Zone D. Then it has category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that the sentence table you talking about?
Yeah. So I'm gonna break it down for you. So where you see offense level, they have base offense levels for certain crimes, right?
Okay.
So for a gun, the base offense level would be something like 26 or 24 or something like that. So in category one, I think level 20 or something, you're going to get 33 months on the low end. The nigga got any kind of
20,
prior,
33 to 41.
Any prior convictions, you going up to the 46, the 51, and so on and so forth. And then you're going to get the ACA, the Armed Career Criminal Act. Then that come into play after they settle that. Once they settle this section, and then they go down further for the calculations to determine the criminal history category, the sentencing range.
Out of 20, you saying I got nothing.
And they got ain't never been to jail before.
Yeah, so
I'm talking about nothing. Zero criminal history.
24 is 51 to 63. 25 is 57 to 71. 26 is 63 to 78. So when you say
look, let's put it like this too, Wack. So you know the mandatory minimum for the gun is 60 months. See what I'm saying?
5 years.
That's where it's a problem. That's where the problem at, because the mandatory minimum is 60 months.
And he got 33.
And that's below the guy. That's below the mandatory minimum.
And in your your knowledge of dealing with, you get a lot of fair time. You was a paperwork reader. I know reading paperwork, you had to be real versed on what the was and wasn't, so you know what you was looking at. If you get beneath that mandatory minimum, then it's what are the things?
Only way you could do that is a safety valve or cooperation. Period.
So what's your safety valve?
A safety valve is for a nigga that ain't never been in trouble and going to college and got one on for himself. They'll give you a safety valve. They'll give you a safety valve, just like they used to send a nigga back to the military. Okay, nigga, go do these 20 months and we're going to put you on all these other things, but you better be doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Now watch this. When they tried to get him like a bail or get him out when he first went to the feds, they told him because he was a known gang member, they wasn't doing none of that.
That ain't got nothing to do with the feds. The feds don't give about that, man. They don't care about that, man. They got gangs from every part of the world in them. Taliban, all kind of stuff. They don't care about none of that. I'm telling you, nigga, they don't care about none of that.
So this say this 33 months. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let me run this on back. Cause this like I said, you know what? I've done a lot of state time, but when I speak from your education and these charts. I said, let me call the homie and go over this because that 33 months with that ghost gun. Now, bro, a ghost gun, a switch, and a silencer. How are they handling those? Are they all handling them the same?
Let me check something out.
The ghost gun is no serial numbers, no ballistics, no nothing. That ain't even getting caught with a regular gun. That's like you can kill 300 with there and never know it.
How they handle it. All right, they taking a strict approach with their ghost guns. Under 922P, that statute prohibits the manufacturing and sales of it. You're going to get a 5 to 10 just on that on.
And that ain't got
That's
nothing to do
right
with
after
the product.
mandatory minimum. Look, it says, no, because with that, all right, so say, okay, you say it's 5 to 10 years on the mandatory minimum or more. And then you got the enhancements for the armed career criminal, which imposes a mandatory minimum of 15 years.
I read that.
Yeah, and then you got the silencer. Then the silencer is a whole nother ballgame. The silencer getting charged all by itself under a statute called National Firearms Act. That's a whole nother thing in effect.
My man sent me something that said it's in red writing. Possession of a firearm or ammunition by a prohibited person. 18 U.S.C. 922G and N. Punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment. May receive minimum sentence of 15 years without parole if offender has 3 or more prior convictions for felony crime, violence, burglary, robbery, assault, possession of offensive weapons and or drug trafficking felony. Then they got elements, and then they got some other down here. So what you saying is lining up with this, that 33 months is just not making sense. So what happens, bro, when somebody like that hits the yard and they see your offense, ghost gun, or whatever, and they see 33 months? What do you guys?
It's $1 million already there with the charge. So when he say how much time he got, it's auto. Like, hold on, you get that. And now you get to talking. He might not even make it to me. He might not even make it for no paperwork to get seen. Because it's too many already with those charges and with that time. Because you see, this is it on a grid. Ain't no negotiating. Ain't no lawyer. Ain't none of that. You either tell or you get, period. Ain't no none of that other shit.
Ain't none of that like that.
I know that.
Yeah, ain't no.
Look, on our case, we had David Dudley there. You know what them people told them? We don't go for none of that. They on some grids. What y'all gonna do? They base offense level is this. Their criminal history is this. They right here. How you gonna beat that?
I got another something I want to ask you that's totally different from this. So people got their record expunged on the state level. For if they say they never been to the feds, they went to the pen, they didn't got the record expunged, right? Mm-hmm. What happens if they was to go to the feds and come back to jail and go to the feds? Or will the feds go dig that up, or it's just like you couldn't?
No, it's expunged. It's gone. It's expunged.
All right. Well, to my other counterpart on the phone, I'm not gonna say your name. I gotta put you with my attorneys because it's expunged. We gotta get you done too. Hey, look, appreciate it. Appreciate your time. I'm finna go talk to these people and let them hit it. And because I said, bro, it don't sound right. I've been taught. I got a few cats on the floor that have been to the feds. They saying the same you said. I said, but let me go ahead on and get some confirmation. It is what it is. Like you always said, you said, Wack, it is what it is. Ain't no negotiation.
They don't play around.
Appreciate your time, but I mean, shit. Maybe they won't blame me. I just asked the questions.
All right.
Everybody okay? Only on the 100 side, it get real tricky with the When you're dealing with the feds, it ain't like the state. You can go in here and negotiate this. No, this your category. You start here. I'm looking at the chart. When they say mandatory minimum, if you say 51 to 80 months, that means you can't get no less than the 51. It's at the judge's discretion if he want to give you 70, 80, anything in between. But you can't get no less than the mandatory minimum of 51 months unless you cooperate. I'm going to pin up the chart so y'all have it. So those of y'all that want to go back and re-listen to what he said, you will see the categories and what he's breaking down. That's the chart right there. The feds on how to give you the time. Them nuts not a whole lot of time.
And does he have, like, is it just him being charged in his paperwork, or does he have codees?
Nope, just him. Caught with a ghost gun. Gun with no serial numbers that they can't trace.
That's the gun that was 3D printed.
While having priors.
While having prior gun cases.
Bang, it doesn't have to be 3D printed, Bang. You could buy like an 80% lower that's not serialized and build it.
Right.
So, like, when he says they don't give about if you're affiliated with a gang or anything like that, so with the feds, none of that.
Now, if you look at that thing I put up top, right? You look at that. When he was reading it, there where it says offense level, right? Guns fall, he say, starting from offense level 20 on down. 20 is that ain't never been in trouble, you in college with a job, non-gang member, you ain't never been arrested. So offense level 20 is 33 mandatory minimum months to 41 months. He said the fact that a ghost gun is gonna slide him right starting at 24. He said then he's gonna go up because he had prior gun charges. So he said even at 24, with no prior gun charges with the ghost gun, the mandatory minimum is 51 months. 51 to 63, so it's at the judge's discretion if he want to give him the mandatory minimum or he want to give him the max or something in between. He said, so, dude probably going to be about a 78. It's like a 28, 29, realistically, which is 78 to 97 or 87 to 108 months. So, 10 years is 120 months. He said a nigga could have went up to damn near high 30s because they could have charged him for the bullets in the gun. Now, I don't know. You see them categories 43, that just say life across the bottom. You ain't never getting out.
Hey, Wack, did he say every bullet was a charge?
Damn right.
Yeah, they could. But let's just say they didn't do you like that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start at a category in offense level because it's that ghost gun alone, 24. And because you been to jail before for other gun cases or whatever, it's going to go up. Every time you've been to jail for certain, it goes up. This is why I asked him the question at the end of it, because my record is expunged. So he pretty much telling me they got to treat you like I've ever been to jail if you ever get caught up. Right? He was out on probation for a gun and fighting another gun case and then got caught with a gun.
So there's no way it could be 33 months. That's way up there.
It's the least mandatory minimum.
It's a way.
I mean, it's a way, yeah.
It's definitely a way. Wack, you said 33 months. I got jealous. Who this? Oh, this shit great.
Yo, listen. That's what he's saying. He said there's so many on the yard that's going to have the same case. He said get mad when they said, what you in there for? You got what? He said off the rip. They already know you.
I'm telling you.
Soon they hear his sentence, niggas' ears gonna perk up like, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
But his paperwork don't say nothing about 5K1 or down with the parts in the paperwork.
Well, I mean, we ain't seen the work. They just reported he got 33 months.
Oh yeah, when you look at that, and for what he got locked up, niggas gonna turn Scooby-Doo on his ass real fast.
Now, I do know Adam had mentioned that they had told him he was looking at 10 years. That was about a month or two ago. I don't know what.
Yeah, I know what happened.
And on top of that, I'm going to be real. That he might have did his research because remember, he went big and disrespect the whole Muslim card. Around on the phones, on the internet. So, you know, since he been in there, he might have did his research. He like, about giving me 120 months, 180 months. And I already got to deal with what I got to deal with, and I didn't did that. Hey, listen, man. Listen. I thought about it. I said, before I speak on it, let me ask a few people. And my man, that's what he did. He was the paperwork reader in there. You at that yard, he went over that work. He did 262 months himself. That's a little over 21 years straight.
So what do they do when they read someone's paperwork? Like
which G homie was that, OG?
That's definitely a G homie.
On the set, I thought it was Bill Blast.
Some power on that phone.
I thought it was Bill Blast at first, and then they was like, nah, it's a different G homie.
No, that's a whole other G homie. And then they called on the three-way. I've been doing it with since I've been a kid, a pup, right? So he like, I said, call the paperwork reader. He said, oh, so, you know, I just asked him. Look, this is what we dealing with. Because he the one I go to about this. All the homies in the joint be like, man, that yard, he said, he know this. So he was the one. I'm like, yo, go holler at the homies, let him go through you. Yeah, but you know, quite naturally, they ain't gonna give out that. They gonna say that back always. Listen here, man. If there was me, you have my ass nailed to a cross.
You know, the blind nigga and the joking nigga, they gonna have something to say.
Nah, the blind nigga. Yeah, I don't think he gonna play with that, bro. Cause he, you know what I'm saying? You know, at the end of the day, that's what that is. Homie's gonna be like, what you talking about? Cause the homies is gonna tell him. The homies know who that is on that record. That's a fact. They know. Streets is a myth.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
So there it is. Y'all heard it straight from the man himself. He's done federal time and he reads all the paperwork. So he totally understands what's going on. So as you heard in the content, Crip Mac was looking at a 60-month, 5-year mandatory minimum in which he only got 33 months. That's just a little more over than half. Now, if you break that down, Crip Mac, how long has he been in jail or prison already? At least a year. So you mean to tell me for a ghost gun, this dude is going to do 2 years? Definitely don't seem right, man. But like I said, man, these dudes is out here telling, and that's the name of the game these days. You used to not snitch, but now these days, that's all these people is doing, man. They tough out here on the streets, but once they get behind that iron, that toughness goes out the window, and they gonna do whatever they gotta do to make it home. What you guys think about this content, man? You think dude broke it down correctly? Anybody that's watching this content been in the feds before and know how that paperwork go? I definitely can't break it down. Never been to the feds, don't want to go. Nah, I'm good. But if anybody else know about this paperwork, and if this paperwork guy is speaking the truth, Let it be known in the comments, man, so we all on the same page. Let it be known that he know what he's talking about, man, please. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think about this content in the comments. Hit that notification bell so you stay up to date on all new content that I drop. Subscribe to the media team, Clubhouse TV, Ray Give TV, Clubhouse Shenanigans, and the Ruminati Network. As always, I appreciate y'all for checking out Clubhouse TV. And I'll see y'all on the next drop. I'm out, y'all. Peace.